Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Pete Davidson is best known for his work on Saturday Night Live, or maybe for his infamous relationships. He's front and center for the personal film The King of Staten Island. It's now available to rent through on-demand platforms, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Early on in the film, Pete's character Scott says, "There's something wrong with me, mentally." Scott's the kind of guy who's in his early 20s and still lives at home, smoking pot in his basement with his friends. We learn that when Scott was young, his dad tragically died in the line of duty as a firefighter. And since then, Scott can't seem to get his act together and grow up. His mother, played by Marisa Tomei, starts dating again, and her new boyfriend also happens to be a firefighter. With his mother moving on, his sister moving off to college, Scott is forced to reconcile the choices he's made in life if he's going to be happy for others and start his own tattoo business. It also stars Bill Burr and Judd Apatow. The King of Staten Island is the latest from director Judd Apatow, who co-wrote the screenplay with Davidson and Dave Sears. Apatow has directed many funny films like Trainwreck and The 40-Year-Old Virgin. But don't expect that kind of uproarious laughter with The King of Staten Island. I almost see this film as a companion piece to Trainwreck, as both lead characters are complicated individuals trying to get their act together. There are some cringe-worthy laughs, but the slice-of-life nature of The King of Staten Island takes more of a contemplative tone. It's a sobering journey for Pete's character, Scott. Now, if you didn't know this already, the story is inspired by Pete Davidson's own life. Now, he has that image of being a lazy stoner type. His father was a firefighter who died on 9/11 when Pete was a young kid. And you can feel that cathartic release for Pete throughout The King of Staten Island. Now, part of you just wants him to grow up and stop making excuses over and over again. And you may find the first half of the movie a little grating if you feel this way. The film then works better, I think, in the second half once Scott starts to spend time with his mom's new boyfriend at the firehouse. Spending time with these heroes and getting to know them on a personal level is that kind of kick in the pants that he needs to really understand the sacrifice and heroism that these men and women go through on the line. Bill Burr is great as the new boyfriend, and these scenes are also amplified by the excellent Steve Buscemi as one of the other firefighters. Now, Pete Davidson shows potential to step away from Saturday Night Live and work in films. Yes, he's playing someone very similar to himself, but Pete's openness to put it all out there is an admirable quality to add to future characters. And it should also come as no surprise that Marisa Tomei is just delightful as his mother. It's a real treat to see her in this kind of role that allows her some nuances and a lot of heart. With The King of Staten Island, Judd Apatow continues to turn his comedies into meditations on life, sometimes funny and sometimes tragic. It's a reminder to hear other people's stories, as there are silent heroes among us that help put our own troubles in perspective. I'm giving The King of Staten Island 3 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got to interview Judd Apatow about this movie, so definitely want to check that out. I also have reviews of other new movies like The High Note and The Lovebirds. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of The King of Staten Island. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.